And what I want you guys to all see on here, doing this graph drawing, obviously you've got the two different sheets. What you're going to need to recognize as you do this, make sure you put your name and the hour on it no matter what. If you want to pull them apart and staple them back together when you're done, I'm completely fine with that. What I want you to see about doing the graph, both graphs are the exact same size. So you should notice right away there's the exact same number of boxes there. The next thing that I want you guys to all know, sometimes I'll actually turn it so it's upside down completely. So the picture itself is completely upside down, and I've got it set up like this. I'm going to go box by box, just like I told you. I'm going to eliminate boxes, and you can do this when you're doing yours. If this is the graph I'm drawing onto, I won't do any extra on this, but I will on this one. There's nothing in this box. I don't need to draw anything there. Nothing, nothing. I get to the fourth box. Here's how I really do it. Even if I'm drawing without a graph, I always create dots. How many people in here have ever done connect the dots? Okay, and you get a picture when you're done. Now, when you do connect the dots, I do connect the dots, but I'm the one that puts the dots. And I do this on every drawing. Even if I, like said, I don't have a graph, I will start and I'll be like, there's a mark. I'm starting with that mark because I'll know that the mark's the right thing. So if I look at this, knowing right here, I'm going to put a little X, that's where I'm going to put the dot on this one. The first thing I'm going to do in this box is I'm going to compare and contrast. Where is that dot? I'm making you minimize your vision to look at this graph so that way you look at a smaller area instead of giving you this entire picture and saying draw it, because a lot of you guys would be really off if I said that. So in this box, if this is the halfway point of the box, it's slightly this way, it's slightly above the halfway point. If this is the halfway point in the box, it's to this side of that. So if I come down here and I take a look at this, the dot be about right there. I'm going to then say, where does it cross the line at? Crosses the line about right here. And it's going to curve. And it's going to curve like this too. And then I'm going to fill that in. Is there anything else in there that I would draw? No. I continue, nothing, nothing, nothing. This is how I want you to draw it. As I go to the next set of boxes, I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to turn it this way because one of the things I'm going to teach you guys is you draw with the curvature of your hand a lot. My hand creates a natural curve this way. If I'm going to draw the curve the other way, like this, my hand doesn't create that. So as I look at this, I'm going to do again comparing and contrasting. The line crosses about here. It comes down to about right here. There's a curve. The curve goes up like that. That's that line. There's another line right here. And it comes down to here. And that curve goes, and I'm going to fill that in. I'm going to look, is there anything else in this box? Yes. There's a little spot that comes up right here. It comes down. And there's a little spot that crosses from about right here to about right here. And I stop. That's it. That's it. That's all that's in that box. I move to the next box. Where does this line continue from? Where I've got it started there to here, which is about right here. I'm going to draw the line up and over. Now, technically, could that have been curved down a little bit more? Yes. But really, most people aren't going to notice minor little changes. I'm going to be honest with you. Most people aren't going to notice the minor, tiny little change. This line continues from here, or from here to here. This line continues from here up to about right here, and it touches that spot. So I'm going to try to create that curve so that it touches this and comes down to here. And this is literally how you start to learn to draw. What it teaches you is how to look at small areas and draw small areas. If you draw small area at a time, 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 as you continue across and over and down, you'll draw this to look exactly like the picture. Okay? And I don't move the next square. Like I wouldn't go to here and continue that line. I need to make sure I've drawn everything. So there's that spot left in the box. It's about right here to about right here. Got that curve. It's a little bit thicker of a line, so I thicken the line, colored in. And if there's nothing else in that box, I move to the next one. This is simple, but it takes a little bit of time. Now you guys can do yours in pencil. You don't have to do it in pen. Okay, but I want you guys to pay attention to exactly what you're doing with this. Do this one, and then do this one. Fill both of them in. If you want to go back over it in a fine tip marker or anything like that to make it look just like that, you will. What you start learning, though, is how to draw small areas. As you get better at this, I'm going to expand your boxes. So you have to see more of what you draw. But I think a lot of you guys will be surprised as you get going at how much better you'll get with what you're doing. And a lot of people think as you do this that it's, well, it's so easy. I don't understand. Is it really drawing? Yes, absolutely. When I do a large drawing like this, and I'm freehanding this right now. Okay. So I've got her face there like that. I don't know, you guys might not be able to see the sketch here. Can anybody see this sketch? Because I sketch really light when I sketch. I do it on purpose. I sketch light because I make mistakes. Okay? It always blows my mind when I have a student that sketches like they never make mistakes. That's what I'm going to say to you. You're sketching like you never make a mistake. In other words, you're just digging into the paper with your sketch. Don't sketch that way. Sketch as light as you can possibly sketch, because you might mess up and you got to erase it. Guys, I've drawn for 30 years. I've done art for 30 years. I still make mistakes when I'm sketching. That's why I would never draw that or something I'm going to sell to somebody in marker. Never, no way. I'll screw it up, okay? If I'm sketching something like I'm sketching this, okay, whenever I was doing this, if you guys can see any of these lines here, all right, where the eyes are, all this, I literally put dots on those. I would put a dot there. I'd be like, okay, that's located about here. And that's how I'm looking at it. The eyebrows are located about here, so on and so forth. For everything, I put a dot and then I sketch from that dot. I put a dot and then I sketch from that dot. If I know the hair, top of the hairline's up here, I put a dot. I come out, I put a dot to how far out it goes. I put a dot down. I'll sketch the lines to those dots the way the lines are supposed to be. But I'm used to looking at a bigger picture than you are. Okay? If I were to tell you to draw that right now, many of you would really struggle because you don't know yet how to look at it the right way to do this. All right? With that being said, I will trim this video. I'm going to put it on there in case you have